Okay, so we're going to do 3.10, 18 through 20. And it just says write the polynomial function in standard form, given the leading coefficient and the roots. Okay, so this sounds like it's a really difficult problem, but I'm just going to be honest, it's not. It just looks like it is, right? And it sounds very like prestigious. I don't know if that's a good word for it, but it sounds very like, what do you want us to do? Okay. So the very first thing that I notice is that the leading coefficient is 2. That's important, but also are these roots. So again, the moment that they give you roots, what else did they give you? Yeah, they gave me my factors. So because they gave me my roots, I'm now going to write my factors. And so I'm going to write that over here. So now it's x minus 2. And then x minus root 2 and x plus root 2. Now, one of the ways that they try to check on how much you understand is they'll like cover up one of these roots. And you just need to make sure that you have all the roots. Things that you should know is i's and square roots always travel with their partner. Okay, just like your shoes do, right? You can't go to the store and just buy one left shoe, right? You have to buy both shoes. So you're coming out of there with both pairs. So if they didn't give you this negative root 2, you would have said, wait a second. I can't just have a square root by himself, right? So you will always use their conjugate pairs, meaning you keep the same terms. So for example, like this one, sorry, my clock is going off. For example, this one here, we have 1 plus root 3 and we have 1 minus root 3, right? So the conjugate pairs. But Ms. Johnson, this isn't technically a conjugate. It is, because your initial part is a 0. So technically, if you want to think about it, it's like 0 plus root 2 and 0 minus root 2, if you want to think about it. Right. And then they give me this leading coefficient of 2. Ms. Johnson, where does that leading coefficient of 2 go? It goes all the way in front. It's a leading coefficient, right? So I'm going to stick him all the way out in front. Okay, now what do I do, Ms. Johnson? Then you just multiply out and you're done. That's it? Yeah. So the very first two, if you know Ms. Johnson, the first two that I would choose to multiply are these two, because these are conjugate pairs. And you should recognize that this is a minus b and a plus b. If you didn't recognize that, that's not a big deal. You would just multiply using the box. But because I did recognize that, I'm going to use that to my advantage. So I get x squared, right? So a minus b times a plus b is equal to a squared minus b squared. So I'm going to put a minus, and I'm going to square root of 2. Now, if I square the square root of 2, that's just 2. So now I have to multiply 2 and this together. So that's not a problem. I'm actually going to multiply this 2 and distribute it here. So that's 2x minus 4 times x squared minus 2. And then I am going to create a box just so I can keep everything all organized. So I just multiply everybody. So I get 2x cubed minus 4x minus 4x squared plus 8. So one answer is going to be 2x cubed minus 4x, minus 4x squared minus 4x plus 8. Okay, Ms. Johnson, you said one of the answers. Yeah, so sometimes when you're writing a polynomial, I can actually write another polynomial that has a leading coefficient of 2 and has these as their roots, right? It has a leading coefficient of 2 and these as their roots. But this is like the most generic answer, so I'm just going to keep it like this. Okay, so oh, I said that I was going to do 19 and 20, but I just realized that I ran out of time. So on the next video, I will show you how to do 19. So go ahead and try 19 and 20. And in the next video, I will show you how to do it. Thank you for listening. Have a great day.